Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. Again, this is yours truly, Hosty.
This is Axcra.
And we're back at it again with Sam's accident. Yay. At 1 in the morning. Fuck. Alright, so what am I gonna say? So I have asked the author about the use of the commas in the sentences, and I have yet to get a reply, so I don't know what to tell you guys. But I am probably going to get a lot of flack because this was a request, so you know. Alright. Who wants to read first?
I guess I will. Throbbing pain woke me the next morning. I just started to stir when I heard someone enter the room. Opening my eyes, "Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you," she said as she picked up my shirt. "You didn't," I muttered in reply. My arm started to hurt and that woke me up. "What time is it?" 7 o'clock in the morning. "I see that Dr. Fisher wants you to try and eat something today. Would you like some jelly? I know it's not what most people consider healthy, but it's the best thing for people who haven't eaten in a few days." "In that case, I'll have a bit. Thanks. I'll just change your IV over first. Looks like you're due for some more painkiller, too. At least there's a bolt. Oh, Jesus. I'm stumbling over my words even more than last time.
Okay. Shouldn't it be I'll just change over your IV first?
No?
Or is that just my dyslexia kicking in?
I think your brain's having a moment.
I don't know. Anyway, continue.
Just change your IV. It should just be, I'll just change your IV first.
Yeah, that would make grammatical sense.
That over is completely unneeded. I'll just change your IV over first. Looks like you're due for some more painkiller too. I winced as a bolt of pain shot through my arm again. Yes, that would be good. The nurse smiled sympathetically. Dr. Fisher wants to start taking you off the morphine as soon as possible. But if you're in that much pain, I can give you some more. Thank you. I don't suppose I could have some orange juice with my jelly? Of course. I just replied as she changed over my IV bag. What flavor jelly would you like? Red, please. Okay, I'll get this started, and then I'll go and fetch it for you. I was fetching quietly when the nurse returned with my jelly and juice, which she placed on a small table that could be wheeled around the bed, into position in front of me. She helped adjust the bed so that I was sitting up. I was glad to see that she'd broken up the jelly into small pieces, which I could easily scoop up with a spoon. There now, the nurse said. Do you need anything else? No, thanks. Okay, if you need me for anything, just press that button. Dr. Fisher will come by to see you shortly. I know as I start sipping on the orange juice.
Okay, I take it it's my turn, yeah?
Yeah, but alright, this is totally not me trying to this is an actual genuine, not trying to insult the author, genuine criticism. Just when it comes to writing, just putting a whole bunch of dialogue, just keeping all this dialogue just going, it's a little bit of a few paragraphs here and there describing the surroundings and all that type of stuff can really go a long way. Describing expressions and just a bit more can go a long way when it comes to breaking up all this like dialogue, because it comes to a point where it gets to be a bit too much after you're reading it for a while.
Ghosty, go away. I'm recording right now. Kitty, go away. Hey guys, at the McGhosty household, the cat has crashed the recording. Just suddenly pussy. But I agree with you. It's just like there's no sense of where we are and what anything looks like. I don't like the way she has the dialogue set up.
Half of writing is describing the scene, showing the surroundings, figuring out, oh, this, I can visualize this, I can visualize that, and there's not that much of this in here. It's very much tunnel visioned. You can see a few things, but you can't exactly see the entire scenery around you if you try to look at it all in your head.
Ghost, go away, I swear to God. I'm just trying to record in peace. Thank you. Stop trying to love up on me right now. I'm glad that you're happy you have food, but please. Shit, what was I gonna say? Okay. You know what bugs me? This chick has a degree in writing. Really? Really? Let me see if I can't pull it. I'm not trying to be an asshole. Alright. I'm just gonna establish this now. But clearly
I'm not trying to be an asshole either, but this seems a bit.
But on her, let me tell you something. On her bio, and this is what freaking makes me mad, is she says, I'm a BA, Bachelor of Arts, graduate from the University of Queensland in Brisbane, Australia, with an extended major in creative writing.
It's really hard to tell.
Really?
I'm not seeing any of like I'm not seeing much of sensory details and using synonyms and all these different strategies you can have for writing. And it's hard to tell.
And there's rules with commas. And I had to learn this as part of my INRW class. Granted, I'm still in college and I'm still having to relearn how to write because the year's worth of medication that I've done has fucked me up. But even with the Watt scripts that I do, you guys kind of have a sense of where everything is and what everything looks like. You know, I try, at least. But I don't see, if you're an actual person who has an actual degree in writing, which it's gonna get you someplace, being an author is very hard, especially when you have to deal with harsh assholes like me on the internet who exist 24/7 a day.
But it's also not something you exactly need a degree for. You just need to know what to look out for.
Yeah, it's just practice and repetition. That's all writing really is. You have to. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. As a coder, I have to know basic writing skills. I have to know that so I don't have syntax errors in code.
Yeah.
Right? I also have to know that as a script writer. Alright? I don't have a degree in writing. I'm not gonna say that I'm really good in writing. I'm learning. Which kind of contradicts the messages that I get from time to time where people have told me that my writing is good. I would say otherwise, but okay. I agree with you. I don't see any of that sensory detail. Granted, I've seen the show and I know what the locations look like. It doesn't help you in your case because you've never seen the show and you have no clue who any of these characters are, what their personalities are, or what the overall location is. You know? But
again, like I said, half the writing is the world building. The other half can be like the dialogue and all that other stuff. But half of a story is how you build the world around you.
So I take it is my turn, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Need to adjust my headphones a bit. About half an hour later, I'd finished my orange juice and jelly. Really? Takes you that long to eat? And I was resting quietly when Dr. Fisher arrived. I'm tired. Good morning, Sam. How are you feeling? Wait, no, is this the Count Dracula character?
Yes, it is.
Good morning, Sam. How are you feeling this morning? A bit better, I replied. Well, I'm glad to see you sitting up. He picked up my chart and smiled. And I see you managed to eat some jelly this morning. That's good. And you've had about 12 hours of sleep. He put my chart back. You want to make an excellent progress considering the condition you were in when you were admitted. I looked down at my cast. Thank you for saving my life. I was just doing my job, but I'm so glad you're still with us. However, you also have Nurse Flood to thank for saving your life initially. She was the one who did CPR on you when you stopped breathing at the accident site. Helen did CPR on me? That must have been very difficult for her. Emotionally, I mean. I understand that your accident has been very hard on all your friends in Pontypandy. I've heard that they all look upon you as a local hero. I know, I sighed tiredly, but I'm not hero. I'm fuck. Okay, so we bitch and complain about sentences, and then it takes for me to fuck up to look like a hypocrite. I see how it is.
Yes, Commander can control the language.
Only karma can yank that rug out from underneath me. Anyway. But then, why am I doing the Count Dracula voice? Help me, Axcra. Help me.
Help me! Help me! Nigga!
It's very late at night. But I'm not a hero. I just do my job to the best of my abilities. Do you enjoy being a firefighter? Now, what kind of question is that? Of course I do. I love the excitement of not knowing what will happen next. Me too. That is why I became a doctor. I love the unpredictability of the emergency ward. Each case provides me with new challenges to overcome. Oh, and that reminds me, your bosses are coming to see you this morning, and they're bringing a crash investigator from the Newtown Police Force with them to ask you a few questions about your accident. I can tell them not to come if you're not feeling strong enough. No, I'll see them, I replied with another sigh, but I would like to have a nap before they arrive. Very well, I'll leave you now, and I'll wake you when they arrive. Thank you. Fucking shit.
Alright. Sam, wake up, you'll have visitors. Moaning, I reluctantly woke up. Dr. Fisher was leaning over me. He smiled when he saw me open my eyes. Then he turned to face Chief Fire Officer Boyce, Station Officer Steele, and the police inspector. Just remember what they said, and try not to wear him out. So far, he hasn't been able to stay awake for longer than an hour before he starts to tire. We understand, Chief Fire Officer Boyce replied. After Dr. Fisher had gone, I carefully propped myself up into a sitting position. I winced when I felt a stab of pain shoot through my injured arm. Just relax, Sam, Chief Fire Officer Boyce told me as kindly as he sat down in a nearby chair. You're not out on the parade ground now. No kidding. I understand that you want to ask me some questions about the accident? Yes, this is Crash Inspector Marshall from the Newtown Police Force. He's been assigned to investigate your accident. Purely a formality, of course. Inspector Marshall added as I also took a seat. He opened up his file. In every road incident, we investigated three things: the driver, the vehicle, and the conditions at the time of the accident. I've almost finished my investigation, but I do have some questions I need to ask you which I hope will fill in some gaps in my investigation. I go nervously. What if he decides that I'm at fault? I couldn't bear to see my clean driving record.
You know how to read, you promise.
I couldn't bear to see my clean driving record tarnished. Yes, sir. Right, my first question is, how fast do you believe we're going at the time of the incident? I think I was going about 20 miles an hour. It was icy, so I was trying to be careful. It was 20 miles an hour, not 30.
Oh, so I was like 10 off. The fuck? This, like I said in the last episode, as a game dev, this triggers me, okay? That is a physics fail. Oh no! I bumped myself and got a paper cut. I wonder how that happened.
So he's crashing at an even lesser speed that shouldn't have hurt him that bad. But yeah, I hit the wall with a bulky car.
An ATV.
Yeah, I hit the wall with an ATV going 20 miles an hour. And I have a broken arm and a whole bunch of broken bones. What?
What? What the fuck?
What is this?
Inspector Marshall nodded thoughtfully. Are you aware of the speed limit on Newton Road? I nearly rolled my eyes. Of course. 30 miles per hour in good conditions. Tell me, what do you think caused the accident? An animal. I think it was a fox started across the road in front of me. I swerved to avoid hitting it, but I must have turned too sharply and clipped the wall. I saw Station Officer Steele and Chief Fire Officer Boyce exchange surprised glances. So it's the driver. Do you believe you were at fault for the accident? I hesitated as I gathered my thoughts. If I hadn't swerved, I would have hit the fox, which would have resulted in an accident anyways, and the animal's death. I acted out of instinct. And if you find that I was at fault? I sighed despondently. Nobody said anything for a few minutes while Inspector Marshall wrote down my answers. Finally, he spoke. Well, we found nothing wrong with the vehicle involved, so we can rule that out. The road conditions were appalling at the time of crash, but if, as you say, you were driving to the conditions, we can also rule that out as a primary cause. So now I must investigate you, as the driver, more thoroughly. How familiar were you with the vehicle involved? I've been driving Mercury for about 5 years, and I'm a primary driver. Have you had any problems with it before? No. What driver's licenses do you have? Where do I begin? Before I could reply, Chief Officer Boyce handed over a file.
Alright. Okay, so really quickly before I let the clip play out, I just want to say that this clip is going to be a representation of the entire argument or rant that I had with this particular author over her style. I PM'd her, and while I would love to leave in the reading of said PM, the argument's already been resolved, and I do not feel like causing conflict by allowing this particular clip to be shown in this video, but I will make it a separate video all on its own in the near future because the rant pretty much took up half of the Let's Read time that I normally would have in this case. So this Steven Crowder rant is pretty much the entire argument that I had with her in a nutshell, and Steven is just a representation of my feelings about the way she was acting during this time. But again, since it was peacefully resolved, I do not wish to push the envelope further, so please enjoy this bit of satire before me and Axcra continue our reading.
Time to listen up, you silly liberal fruitcakes. I came out here, I wanted to tell some jokes. Let's do some reality checks here. Do you have any idea, sir, how pathetic it must be to be you? These people wanted to come out and have a good time, hear a few jokes, some thoughtful discussion, but your head pops off the pillow in the morning with, oh, how can I be a professional victim today? Let me go in. and screw with their act just because, oh my God, your parents didn't tell you that your opinion wasn't worth that much. Look, they're confused. They're confused. You know why? Because I'm not your gender studies professor who has to cater to your trigger warning, microaggression, safe space bullshit. I didn't want to do this. I wanted to come out and tell a few jokes. You created this monster. We have to go. 10 more minutes of this. Let this reverberate. Let it be a life lesson. This monster right here that you're so afraid of, the face you see in your nightmares, was created by social justice warrior assholes like you. We don't show up and protest and call them, oh, shut up, you just got owned and now you're trying to come back 5 minutes later. It's like George... The jerk store called, they're running out of you, George Costanza, you androgynous little amoeba. And by the way, these opinions you're yelling out, they're not even your opinions. They're your opinions from your gender studies professor, and the really reason you picked it was because you thought it was your best chance at getting laid. You just decided to walk on in to try and pick up chicks at the San Francisco retread pot-smoking drum circle, only to realize that your very glance in the direction of a woman causes a barren womb. Oh, you think this is gonna get better? No. Is he gonna check his privilege? That's not going to happen.
I'll take over for where you left off, because, quite frankly, I think this is the only chapter we're gonna be able to do tonight, because I think me and you ranted on long enough.
Well, that's alright.
Let's see. These are all of Sam's qualifications, including his driver's license. Inspector Marshall took a moment to read through my file. Quite a record, he finally said as he closed the file and handed it back. I need to go back to the police station now to finish compiling my report. Thank you for your help, Fireman Sam. He turned to Chief Fire Officer Boyce. I'll send you the report before the end of the week. Are you going to blame Sam for the accident? Station Officer Steele asked anxiously. Inspector Marshall shook his head. Sorry, but I can't tell you until I've completed my investigation. I hope you recover quickly, though, Sam. From what the doctor said, you were very lucky. After Inspector Marshall had gone, I looked sadly at my bosses. I suppose Mercury is a write-off now? On the contrary, she's been sent to Cardiff for repairs. God damn it, Ruben. I looked at... Okay, Cardiff for repairs. Chief Fire Officer Boyce replied. You should get her back before the end of the month. I indicated towards my injured arm. It'll be a bit longer than that before I'm able to drive her again. Chief Fire Officer Boyce looked at my injured arm. Speaking of which, we need to find a suitable replacement for you while you recover. Penny, I replied automatically. Chief Fire Officer Boyce raised his eyebrows in surprise. Firefighter Morris? Excellent choice, Sam. Station Officer Steele agreed eagerly. I've been training her to take over from me when you've officially retired, sir, I explained. Just like you've been training me to take over from you. Well, it sounds like you've had it all worked out, Chief Fire Officer Boyce said. I'd better get back to the station now. I hope you recover quickly, Sam. You'll be missed, I'm sure. Thank you, sir. I'll come see you again soon. Bye! Station Officer Steele moved closer to me once Chief Fire Officer Boyce had gone. Have you been, Sam? Truthfully, very tired, but I think it's because of the morphine, and I can't help wondering what will happen if Inspector Marshall decides that I'm to blame for the accident. You have an unblemished record, Sam, so I don't think anyone will blame you for what happened, especially considering you were the only one involved. I looked out the window behind Station Officer Steele. I could just see Pontypandy Mountain on the horizon in the distance. So she adds a little location detail. Well, goody whoop-de-fucking-do for you. You can tell how disrespected I am right now. You can just tell. How is everyone at home, sir? Missing you. Everyone keeps asking me how you are, but there isn't much for me to tell them. Well, you can tell them that I'm recovering nicely and I'll miss them all too. I just hope there aren't any major emergencies while I'm recovering. I'm sure we can manage without you for a few weeks. That isn't what I meant, sir. I know you'll be fine without me, but I don't want to miss out on anything exciting. Station Officer Steele chuckled. Unfortunately, that isn't something I can control. You look tired, so I'll leave you to rest for now. Take care. Thank you, sir, and I will.
Wouldn't it be nice living life like everything was a party? Only 15 years deep and now we're getting started. Finish line clear, so we focused on the target. Wouldn't it be nice if we saturate the market? And wouldn't it be great if we could just simply rage and never think about calm down or act your age? I say, hey, hands up, the record plays. Wouldn't it be great if I could live on stage?